way.
We are live. It must be 4 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon.
It is. Seems to be.
How do
Here,
I know
hello
what day of the
everyone.
week it is? Because I'm
Yeah.
sitting in front of the computer talking to Doris.
I like this. I like to get to visit with you every week at a
Me
certain
too.
time.
Me too.
I don't get to see you all the time. We live,
I know.
a half an hour away, but this is
Yeah.
nice. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yes. It's a beautiful thing to know that we're gonna see each other every
Yeah.
Wednesday at 4.
Yes. And sip a little cacao. I got my Cheryl mug today.
Yes. Cheers. Yes. I wonder if Cheryl's back. She was traveling away, so we've had a couple. Well, and especially because May had 2 full moons, so we had 2 cacao ceremonies. I feel like she's been gone so long. So I don't know if you're out there listening, Cheryl, but we are missing you
Cheryl.
and can't wait for you to get back here.
We are. Well, you have a Cheryl mug too. You've got the white version. I got
Yes,
the
yes,
blue version.
yes. Because I'm at the office, so
Oh, good.
I don't have any of these at home. I only have them here at the office, and
Okay.
so when I'm here, yes, I like to have. There's something special about drinking the
Yeah,
cacao out of these
I know these.
bowls.
I know.
That's different. Like I have my other
Mhm.
fun mugs and it's fun and everything, but there's
Yeah.
something these mugs just make it feel it makes because these are our ceremonial mugs. So it makes
Yes.
it feel ceremonial, but it also really helps connect to that Gaia,
Mhm.
Mother Earth
Yeah.
energy. And so that
Mhm.
just makes it extra, extra special.
It is extra special. And she made it with her own hands. You could even see her fingerprint marks in here. I think it's so cool.
Yes. And that's what
It's,
she always says. She feels like she's a part of every cacao ceremony that we do with these because her fingerprints are there.
I love it.
So,
Thanks. Thank
yes.
you, Cheryl.
Thank you, Cheryl. And speaking of cacao ceremonies, so on Sunday, I haven't done them in a while, and I changed the name. I used to
Mm.
call them sacred self ceremonies,
Oh, right.
but I
Yeah.
changed the name to sacred remembering ceremony because I
Oh.
always feel like remembering is like that's my word, like that describes like what I am here to do on earth is to help
Mhm.
people remember their truth, remember what they truly are. You are
Mhm.
all divine
Yes.
creatures of love and light, and you are infinitely powerful, and we all just need to remember. And
Mhm.
it's also like I'm still remembering too. I don't 100% got it, but one thing I know for sure is each of us remembering makes it easier for everybody else to remember. And
Yes.
so it's
Thank
all
you, my
about the remembering. So I changed the name to Sacred Remembering Ceremony. And a lot of times people like request these for their birthday, but it
dear.
doesn't even have to be a birthday. You can request it anytime that like you want support in remembering who you are. So
Mm.
putting that out there. It is on the website. You can check it out under offerings. But I did one this weekend for Amanda, if you're listening. I also wrote about it in the newsletter. Like, the whole thing blew her away. And then, like, when I wrote about it in the newsletter, she was like, even more like, oh my God, the newsletter is about me. And
Aw.
so just it's like, it's the thing that keeps on giving and giving and giving.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
one of the big parts of that remembering ceremony is a cacao ceremony because
Mm.
sitting in that space, like we all want to be
Mhm.
with our hearts open to
Mhm.
facilitate greater connection and love and compassion in the space. But I also had fun with the because there were people there who had never had cacao before, and I was
Ah.
like, so I, cacao is a sacred plant medicine, just like ayahuasca or psilocybin. And the two women who didn't know, like their eyes like just like popped open. I was like, yeah, we're gonna go on a nice little journey right now. And I'm like, but it's not psychedelic, so relax. But I had fun playing with them for a minute.
Yes.
But I think so often like the cacao gets overlooked because it's not a psychedelic.
Right.
And so people think like it's not as powerful. But I can tell you, you know, in my years of experience with this plant medicine, it
Mhm.
is extremely powerful and has so many gifts to offer humanity. And, you know, that's why we named our show after it, Cacao Conversations. You know, a conversation with cacao is going to be a more interesting, a more meaningful, in-depth
Yes.
conversation. So,
Yes.
cacao people, cacao.
Cacao, people, cacao. Cheers. And thank you for bringing me to cacao because you certainly did. And at least I get to drink it once a week. I know I need to drink it more, but it is so special. I know. And I'm going to order my Ugandan. After we get off of this episode, I'm going straight to ordering my new pouch of it because it's
Yay.
long overdue. And I'm excited
Yeah.
because that is the best one. It just tastes so good, especially when Julietta makes it. I am so thrilled to drink it. All that love she stirs in.
And since we're talking about it, we'll just give a little shout out to, we get our cacao from Imbue, E-M-B-U-E, imbue.com. Beautiful people. We had Moses on the show some episodes back. Like, if you want to get in depth about cacao, go check out that episode. If I remember, I'll even link that episode in the comments in this one to make it easy for you guys to find it. But cacao is just so beautiful and it's so needed on the earth right now. And also warning, like there's been a cacao shortage in the world.
Oh.
And so a lot of the I'll call them candy companies. I don't want to call them chocolate companies because they're not chocolatiers. Like, you know, you're not going to get like a fine, and that whole Godiva business, that is not fine chocolate. I am sorry. Like if you have had fine chocolate, Godiva is not it. But because of the cacao shortage in the world, a lot of people are turning to fake chocolate. And so I'm just putting that warning out there for all of you. Read your labels. Like if you're going to grab for that Snicker bar or something, in the near future, it's probably not going to be made with chocolate anymore. It's probably going to be made with fake chocolate. I'm like keeping my eyes out there. They're probably going to give it some crazy name too to make you think like it's good stuff. You know, like the whole cricket thing, like they're feeding you crickets, but they call it something else, so you don't know you're eating crickets. Although I will say, I really don't have a problem eating crickets. I eat them in Mexico. They were tasty, delicious, but you know, we have to pay more attention than ever and read our labels and just be mindful.
Yes,
so,
that's true. That's true.
I'm going to step off of my soapbox right now so we can actually talk about our topic of the day.
What's our topic today? Expectations.
Yes. Are your expectations blinding you? And I'm not going to lie. This topic, we are having it because of me. And it's something that I have become aware of again, that my expectations are getting in my way and causing me frustration in my life. And so I need to remind myself to release those frustrations. But like when we get stuck in our expectations, we can't see the truth out there. And so that's why the title is there. But how I see this showing up all the time is, this isn't how it shows up for me, but how it shows up in my room, in my sessions, is like people saying they want certain things. And then they get those things. And then they realize like it wasn't what they expected. And so then they go on to wanting the next thing. And then that thing comes. And again, it's not what they expected.
Right.
And so, you know, what I always tell people is this isn't about what you want. It's about how you want to feel. Ooh, I'm saying this to myself right now, and it's like hitting a little bit.
How does it feel?
Ooh, therapy on self. Like everything I share with people, it's all the tools that I've used to heal myself. And, you know, so, but, you know, so I always use cars because it's simple. You know, someone comes in and they're like, oh, I want, you know, a new white convertible Beamer. And I'm like, great. Why do you want that Beamer? oh, they're pretty and they look cute. Well, why do you want a car that's pretty and looks cute?
Right.
And and they just keep coming with these stupid reasons. And I'm like, no, you want the car that you think you want because of how you think it's going to make you feel.
Feel. Right.
But the truth
Yep.
is, you don't know that that car is going to make you feel that way. And in my experience, most of the time, the things don't make people feel the way they want to feel.
No.
And so, I
Sustainably.
say connect. Like for me, I want a vehicle that makes me feel safe, that gets me to the places that I want to go so that I can have fun and have my adventures and I can get stuff done quickly and efficiently so I have more time for freedom and comfort. So, like, that's what's important to me. I don't care which vehicle it is. Give me whatever vehicle you want to give me, universe. But
That's
as
how I.
long as it makes me feel safe, it's easy to drive, gets me
Mhm.
to my things that I want to do to have fun, we're good. And but I will share where my expectations are showing up right now is my expectations of all of you.
You
Oh
really
my
put it out
goodness.
there close.
Yes, yes, yes. But
I, I hear you.
it's
I
like
hear you.
when we see beyond the 3D and we know what's possible,
Mhm.
we want it for everybody.
Mhm. We
I want
do.
the suffering to end out there. But it
Yeah.
requires that people wake up, drop
I
into
know.
their heart, open their heart.
I
And
know.
you can't do that when you're running around trying to make the money to buy the white convertible BMW.
I know. I know.
So, but I just had that aha. Like I need to focus on how I want to feel. Like what's my why behind I want everybody to wake up. And because
Yes.
I want to just feel all the love and joy that I know is available then. So
There you go.
I'm going to
Perfect.
focus on love and joy, humanity. I release you of my expectations of you. And I can talk forever. So I'm going to pause for a moment before I just steal the whole entire show. And
You're doing
I'm going to let
great.
you give your 2 cents worth.
You're doing great. I love to hear you talk. You got this. And this was, a passionate response. It moved you to create this whole, topic today. So I appreciate it when you share what's really coming from your heart and what moves you to have the conversation. There's a lot of people out there who feel the same and they have expectations of what's going to make them happy. And I remember I think it was Joe Dispenza the first time I heard, he said, or this kind of process to put to it. It's like when you have the emotional response before the thing happens, you bring to yourself what will make that emotion occur. And so you're saying it. It's like you don't label the thing or the person or whatever is going to make that feeling happen. You have the feeling first and you kind of imagine what that's going to feel like, and then that specific thing that creates the feeling comes to you, and that's kind of nicely unexpected. So it's like releasing what we expect to make that feeling. Like you were talking about the car. I think that's a perfect example. And when we release the expectation of the thing that's going to cause the feeling, we open ourselves to possibilities. We open ourselves to growth. We open ourselves to healing. We open ourselves to love, to wisdom. I love that. So, you're reminding me today because of course I get trapped into the expectations of the other, of the partnership I have or the individual I have, a relationship with, or
That one
expect
is huge.
I
Relationships. Like it shows up
oh yeah,
all the time. Because people will say, I want a man that looks like this,
right.
dresses like this, drives
Check,
this kind of car, makes this much money,
check,
likes to do the things that I like to do,
check.
like all of those things. And I'm
Yes.
like, you're missing the most important part because you
Correct.
find that one and you're not happy.
Yep.
I'm like, no, universe, I want a man in my life who makes me feel loved, who makes me feel appreciated,
There
who
you
makes me
go.
feel safe. Like,
Yep.
make that list. And
Yep.
then, because I make jokes all the time. Like, I've always been more attracted to dark haired men. And
I know who you're with.
exactly. Right? And, I tell this story all the time. We met on Match.com, and, you get the little ding that somebody liked you, and then you go. And, so I go and I look at the picture, and it's this blonde guy. And I was like, but Spirit was in my ear and said, don't write him off yet. Read his profile. And I'm like, this guy's not got, he's not got nothing that's going to interest me. And they're like insistent, read the profile. So I read the profile and I was like, that guy wrote that? Oh my God. And I was like, okay. And, like, his profile was literally the only profile of all of the probably hundreds that I have read on the dating apps back in the day. Like, the only one that had anything to say that spoke to my heart.
Aww.
And 5.5 years later, we're still here. So
I was gonna say, and he's here.
But like, if I had like sat in that space of, I only want to be with a guy who has dark hair, I'd probably still be sitting here by myself.
Yeah.
It'd be okay too. I'm pretty cool to be with by myself. But like, if you're out there trying to manifest a partner, like, don't focus so much on the material aspects of it. Focus on, like, why do you want to be in a relationship? And my thing with relationships is, my relationship math is 1 + 1 must equal more than 2. Because if 1 + 1 equals only 2, or 1 + 1 equals less than 2, like, that's not the right relationship for you. And this isn't just about romantic relationships. This is about all relationships. And we've been talking about relationships, but all of this applies to like friendships as well. And like, why Doris is my friend is because she makes me feel how I want to feel when I'm with her. And she makes me a better person than I am by myself when I'm with her. And so all of your relationships, that person that you're with, whether it be a romantic relationship, a friendship, a business relationship, if they don't make you a better version of yourself when you're with them than what you can be by yourself, then it's not a beneficial relationship.
I 100% agree with you. And I feel the same about you. We're in this friendship together because you make me elevate, my dear. And I mean, we are better together, and we do so many things. We co-create together in so many ways. It is magical when we're together, truly. And
1 + 1 equals infinite when we're together.
I'm telling you, that's how I feel. It's true. It's true. And that collective, right, unified stuff that we all talk about, we're all better when we're connected and we're creating together. I mean, honestly, and that's why you created this ministry. That's why we do the things we do. And you create all these ceremonies, because when we're in the ceremonial space, we're collectively elevating each other, and so there's not a lot of room for the negativity and the swirling in your stuff. And if you are, well, who brings you up? The people that are around you. So I love that. So, I mean, you did a great job with the expectations about partnership, and I was going there. So you took the words out of my mouth. It's like, I learned.
Read your mind.
You did read my mind. I love the partnership stuff, the love stuff, and the friendship stuff. Every partnership, honestly, the friendships, the love, the intimacy, yes. But even like, I go to work, the coworkers, even my students, every relationship, when I have the expectations there of, and I just thought of something now that I'm saying that, even at work, the students, I got the expectation here, they got to meet it. Well, how often don't they? And it's very frustrating. It's like, you have to know this. I expect you to know this. And they don't meet it. And it's like, we suffer. I feel like I'm suffering more than they do. I'm like, you're the one that has to get the grade, not me. I got the license already. You have to get this license, So, but it's softening that, and putting the power back into the person that has to go through their process in their way, in their, go on their path. Let them, allow them. We can't be the one to always hold their expectation for them, and we have to allow for different turns in the road, especially when it comes to others. So that's a hard one for me, especially because when I'm trying to guide students to a certain, place and hold them to a certain standard, that's a hard one for me. I'm going to have to think about that, how it is in that sense, and stop the expectations that I hold on to them, Okay, got me tongue-tied a little bit. I'm going to have to think about that. Things that make me go, So the connection, I'm moving away from expectation, staying open, staying out of so much control, having the intention there, and seeing what happens. That's my answer right now.
Yes. I do want to come back to intention, but before we come back to intention, because this is super important and I don't want to forget it. Okay. But whoever's listening out there, if I forget to talk about intention, remind me in the chat. But the other place that we all forget about releasing our expectations is with ourselves.
Oh, yes, for sure.
So there was some time back, and I was having a spirit-led experience and had that realization that I needed to release people of the expectations. Hi, Mary Beth. She's listening live today. Yay. So, but I had this realization that I needed to release others of the expectations that I held of them. Mm-hmm. And then I also had this awareness that I needed to release myself of the expectations that I was holding myself to. Mm. And I sat and I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, I release you of all expectations I have of you. And I watched my face get younger. And I was like, I said it a few times, and each time, I got a little younger and a little younger. And I said, wow, these expectations, they age us because they create so much stress when we don't get what we think we want, when we don't accomplish what we think we should. That's the whole, it's stop shooting on ourselves.
Right.
Because nothing good comes from that.
Yes.
And true. It's really just so freeing that I'm going to show up, I'm going to do my best, following the 4 agreements. Always do your best. I do my best. And free myself of the expectations of what's showing up, and trust in the divine that it knows better than I do what's right for me.
Oh, yeah.
And, so often, we think that we want this certain thing, but if we free ourselves of that expectation, we end up with something even better than what we could have imagined for ourselves.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I agree. I had in the past held myself to these expectations that I should know by now, whatever it is I should know. I should be making more money. I should have figured this out. I should have healed this issue already. This is enough. I get frustrated with myself because I had this expectation, boom, it should be taken care of. So, evolving over the years, I have practiced to release the expectations. And I remember actually you saying to me a couple of years ago, maybe it's even 3 now, as you were doing the releasing the expectations of yourself, you came around to everybody and including me. I release you of all expectations. You're releasing me. So, which triggered me to release my own and everybody else's, right, that I had on them. So it is kind of a ripple effect when we're talking about this. It's kind of, and I bet you with my partner, we'll talk about this later, the expectations, because I think it's a good topic to kind of, let it simmer and let's see where it seeps into, because it's needed to seep out, right? That's why we're doing this and having these conversations, and hopefully people are listening. I see 3 at least. But it does give us some space to really reconnect with who we are, remembering, right? But also the feeling, the emotion, the things that make us feel authentically who we feel we should be. So it's the feeling. And again, we always bring it back to love. We want, we want connection, we want growth, we want healing. Those are the things that we need to focus on. And you know what? Let what needs to come in that way. Let it happen, right? Don't be so holding on to one idea of what it's going to take to get there. That's the whole thing, right?
Yeah. So often that, our expectations limit our outcomes.
Yeah.
And, like I said earlier, like when you free yourself to be open to this coming to you, however the divine sees will serve you best, oftentimes you get way more than what you were looking for to begin with.
Yep.
And so I had said intentions before, and intentions and expectations kind of ride side by side, but like setting an intention, like that's super important and helps us move forward and get along on our path. And but I think also we need to treat ourselves with our intentions as well. Like, because everybody's into like tracking their steps, how many steps they took, and and so you set your intention, I'm going to do 10,000 steps a day.
Right.
And maybe 10,000 steps a day, because whoever decided that was like the right thing. It was the right thing for them, and it's the right thing for some people, but it's not the right thing for everybody. And so why do you think that you should do 10,000 steps a day? And my guess is more so that you feel healthier, you feel strong, you feel mobile.
Yeah.
Like, set your intention of feeling strong, feeling healthy, feeling mobile, and then open up and see what presents itself.
Right.
And this has been on my radar for a while, and I'm going to get on it now because I've had this conversation twice this week. But I've done Qigong in the past, and I really love Qigong, and I love how it makes me feel. And I know that it will serve me and my well-being far better than walking 10,000 steps or going to the gym and lifting weights. Like, I always say to people, like, whatever exercise you're choosing to do for your well-being, make it something that you enjoy.
Absolutely.
Because if you were doing it just strictly to do it because you should, it may end up causing you more harm than good.
Yep. Oh gosh, we can talk about this for a long time, coming from the physical therapy world. I mean, I preach the same stuff. And I'm the same way. I'm not going to do something and force myself to do it, because when you force through your body, what's your nervous system doing? It's just everything's so constrictive and forced that your cortisol levels go up. It doesn't even make any sense. And so, I mean, and we come from PT background that, sometimes we're treating patients, they're geriatric population, they're 80 something years old, never exercised in their life, but they have to exercise this total knee replacement, right? So how are we going to get them to do it? They don't care. They don't want to do exercise. They never did it before. We got to start slow and do what makes them comfortable, or do what moves them and makes them feel good, or so we know that we got to do things that make us feel good in the way we personally, and I think that it's true that we latch on to other people's ways. So yeah, you got to go to the gym for an hour. You got to lift this amount of weight. You got to do the circuit training. You got to do whatever. And I'm not that way. It's like when you figure out who you are, you're going to gravitate towards the things and the ways of exercising and everything else that suits you just fine. And it's going to make you feel the way you want. I'm not an exercise person, and I mean, not that I'm hypocritical because I teach this stuff and you do have to move your body, of course, but I'm not hitting the gym and I'm not pounding away, jogging on the pavement. Those days are gone. Qigong sounds good to me. It feels good to me. Yoga feels good to me, right? So these softer, gentler ways of moving our body, we got to listen to that. People get into so much trouble. I mean, shout out to CrossFit here, but how many injuries did CrossFit make? And this is my brothers, both of them had 2 gyms, CrossFit gyms. I said, I'm going to open up a PT clinic right inside because I'm going to have more business than you'll ever, realize. And it's true because people like me, in your 50s, they're going, oh yeah, I'm going to go to CrossFit. And they're making them do these things that their bodies were not ready for. And that's hence the injuries. So, and I remember talking to somebody that had their patient population, orthopedic clinic, 60% of their patient population were CrossFit injuries. 60% at the time. Yeah. That was probably, I don't know, maybe 13 years ago. So hopefully it's better.
It's like now. If CrossFit is your jam and you love it and it's fun and it's giving you what you're going there for, 100% go do it. Yes. But, again, it goes back to, getting clear on your expectations, so people, they go to CrossFit because they expect it's going to help them lose weight. It's going to help them get stronger. It's going to help. Well, if you end up injured and you're flat on your back and not able to move or having to go get surgery, like it's going to create all these other things that you didn't expect from it. Whereas open yourself up. Why are you doing this? Because I want to feel better. Okay. Well, look at all the possibilities of how, like right now, I was talking earlier today with Mary Beth about like the gardening, since we've started turning our yard into a food forest. And so that involves moving mulch and chopping wood and weeding and planting and all of these things. And, like it used to be like, I'd go out there and do some work and I'd be sore for 2 days after that. This week I've been doing a bunch of different stuff there and it's like, no, I don't hurt anymore. I could do these things fine. And so, but this whole exercise is something really modern because it used to be like just through living, you got all the movements and strength building that you needed in just your daily activities. And so maybe you need to go to the gym and maybe you don't. Maybe there's other things that are more functional for you, more fun for you. So
I agree. And being outside. Yes. Being outside.
And because everybody else is doing it is not a why to do anything.
No. Do what makes you feel good. I love spending time outside. It's funny you said planting. We did that all day Saturday. I'm like, I just want to be outside. I want to be in the soil, the plants, the sun shining on me. There's no way I'd rather be in a gym, but that's me. I know that's me. I'd rather be kayaking. I'd rather be walking, hiking, or whatever. That's my exercise. You won't catch me in the gym, but we know ourselves. So everybody that's listening, that's the thing, is get to know what's going to really move you and make you feel so much better, because movement is important. And don't hold any expectations on your body. Give it what it needs.
Yes.
Love it.
I just lost the thought.
Thoughts?
I had a thought and I was going to share it, and it evaporated out there into the ethers, and that's fine too.
That is fine. That is.
So, this was because you were talking about like getting to know yourself. And that's something too that I talk to so many people that they don't even know. Like I ask them what they want, and they're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And you got to figure that out.
Yeah.
And, we've, and some, I think a lot of this comes from the programming. Like everything is getting shoved down our faces constantly. Like, you need this, you need this, you need that, you need the other. And, so we start taking on these things that have been programmed into us. But it's like, is that really what you want? Or we think that we have to do things a certain way because that's how they've always been done. That's how
Uh-huh.
everybody else does it. And, the world really needs people to show up in your authentic, true version.
Yes.
And, if you don't know what that is, like that is a big signal that it's time for you to start doing some work on yourself in whatever way that looks like. And cacao is a beautiful tool to help you get inside your heart and open that heart and
Yes.
start to find yourself in
Yes.
this crazy world that's out there, and so that you can stop doing the things that other people expect you to do. Who cares what
Right.
other people expect you to do? You get
Right.
to do you. And if
Yes.
the people around you don't like you doing you, they're not your people.
Nope. That's exactly right. I love that. And I'm glad you talked about inner work, because when we chase all of these things we're talking about, the better car, more money, the better relationship, all the accomplishments, this is going to give us everything that we want. Well, what are you seeking, right? Because no amount of money is going to create self-worth. None. No amount. If you're looking for self-worth, what do you find it in here? Right? It's self. Self is the big key word here. When you go in, when you do your inner work, it's all about the self. So what makes you feel that? Only you could give yourself. What creates your self-love? With self-love, we're constantly trying to find a relationship to fill that hole. We don't have love for ourselves. It's never going to work. You can't rely on other people to fill that self-love hole. Only you can
Or
do.
other things. I'll love myself when I get to be a certain size. I'll love myself when I make a certain amount of money. Like,
Yeah.
uh, no, you get to love yourself right now, how you are exactly right now. You are completely whole, complete, and perfect, perfectly imperfect. And the same thing, I'll be happy when. No, be happy now and
Yes.
be open to,
Mhm.
like, when you really connect to that happiness, more stuff that makes you feel happy is going to show up to join the happy party.
There you go.
I tell this story also often. Um, you know, I had an extremely wealthy, like billionaire kind of wealth person come to me, and we work with emotions in my sessions. And happiness came up one day, and I'm like, you know what happy feels like? And he paused, and he paused, and he paused, and he's like, this is like a 40-year-old man, and he's like, no, I don't think I've ever felt happy. And I'm like,
Oh,
the dude's got billions of dollars, and he doesn't know what happy feels like. If that's
oh,
not proof enough that no thing, no amount of money, no car, no designer bag, no, like, none of that is going to bring you happiness. And so you really need to get clarity on what it is that you want in your life. What do you want to feel?
mhm.
And
That's
then
it.
just open to receive that. And that's part of, and I talk about this all the time too, the balance of the masculine and feminine. We've
Mhm.
gotten so into the masculine energy, which is the do, 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 but
Mhm.
it's the feminine energy that's receiving. And so we're
Mhm.
not even able to receive the beautiful gifts that life has for us because we're too busy
Mhm.
doing. Stop
Mhm.
doing, everybody. Stop doing. Be
So,
more. Be.
yeah, yes. Agreed. Agreed. That quiet inner peace can only come if you're quiet and just be. And
Well, and
I'm,
also like discovering who you are and what you want, what you really want. Like
yeah,
those are things that you do.
yeah.
You have to slow down. You have to get quiet. You have to drink some
Shut out.
cacao.
That's right. Shut out that external stimuli and go inward, drink your cacao and see what you come up with. It's the quiet mind that you need to listen to, not with your ears, nothing external out there. It's
And
coming
not with your head
directly,
either, with the
not with
heart.
your head. Yes, there you go. Don't forget that heart opener, too. So, thank you, Cacao. I think this seems like a good place to,
Yeah, I feel like I'm like thinking, do I have, I always have more to add, but
yeah,
I think we got all the important points that I wanted to get out there today.
yeah.
And yeah, free yourself of those expectations.
Sounds like a
Free,
plan.
free, free. Yeah.
Yep.
All
They,
right. Well, thanks for having this chat with me, Doris. Thank you for everybody
yes,
tuning in to listen today. Pam and Mary Beth, and I saw Kimberly out there. Love all of you guys,
yes.
and we will see you next week. Have a
Next
magic
Wednesday.
day.
Ciao for now.